So Elon Musk has, of course, been facing almost an advertiser boycott, right? You have advertisers fleeing Twitter/X at 1,000 miles an hour. Now, why is that? Because Elon Musk is the face of the company, and he routinely shoves his own dick in his mouth. I mean, how many times have we seen this where he'll respond to some Groiper lover 6969, and he's like, very concerning, we'll look into this, I think you have a point. Like, he just basks in a lot of extremism and idiocy on Twitter and thinks that, these weird subgroups of political extremists are keeping it real, right? We've seen it time and time again. The thing that he got in trouble for the other day, somebody made some post about how he kind of endorsed the Great Replacement theory, and some tweet about how Jews actually hate white people. And he responds to it and says, "You have spoken the actual truth." And then, of course, massive companies were like, all right, we're done. They've all been looking for an excuse to drop Twitter because Musk has driven it into a ditch. And this gives them a perfect opportunity to say, of course we're done with you. You can't be floating white nationalist conspiracies on Twitter and expect us to keep giving you millions and millions of dollars. That's insane. So all these companies left. Well, guess what? The head of the ADL is one of these guys who condemned Musk for spreading that great replacement theory and anti-Semitic conspiracies. But then the next day, Musk comes out to try to save face and try to get these people back on his side. And what does he say? We're going to ban the word decolonize and from the river to the sea on Twitter. And then the ADL comes out and praises Musk. Oh my God. Oh my God. So in other words, he's like, oopsies, did you catch me being a brazen anti-Semite? Well, what if I ban pro-Palestinian things? Would you support me then? And the head of the ADL, Greenblatt, was like, why, yes, we will. Okay, so he tried to save face on that one. But guess what? This is a week after that incident? And Elon Musk comes out and endorses the most extreme and idiotic conspiracy theory of all time, namely Pizzagate. So Musk tweets, does seem at least a little suspicious, and he has this meme here. Pizzagate is real. No, it isn't. We have experts. They traffic children. But we have experts. Your expert just went to jail for child porn. Now, I don't know if I need to even say this, but here we go. This is 100% factually untrue. And Musk goes on to tweet what he didn't realize was a fake New York Post headline, but it was a fake New York Post headline, which he thought backed up this claim. So guys, Pizzagate is like, you are so deep down the rabbit hole on Pizzagate. I think even Alex Jones, had moments of doubt on this one. You had one guy who shut up Comet Pizza in DC because of the Pizzagate conspiracy. So for those of you who don't know, they say at this pizza place, Comet Pizza in DC, in the basement, they traffic children. And you know who's leading it? Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. Oh, and also they drink the blood of children down there. Okay, you ready for this? The conspiracy claims it happens in the basement of Comet Pizza. Comet Pizza doesn't even have a basement. And needless to say, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are not the heads of child trafficking rings. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? So this is deep down the QAnon rabbit hole. And he tweets this like this is a mainstream conspiracy, which everybody believes is true. Namely that, the assassination of JFK wasn't just a lone gunman. It wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald, one crazy person. In that instance, like a majority of the country thinks, something fishy's going on here. No reasonable person thinks that with Pizzagate. No reasonable person. But he comes out and he says this. Okay. So, of course, this leads to another advertiser boycott. Elon Musk promotes unhinged Pizzagate conspiracy right after Israel visit. So let's read some of this here. A day after visiting the sites of the October 7th Hamas massacres and meeting with Israeli government officials, amid backlash over his promotion of anti-Semitism, ex-owner Elon Musk boosted yet another unhinged right-wing conspiracy theory in order to lend credence to Pizzagate, a years-old conspiracy about a Democratic-run pedophile sex ring that was the precursor to QAnon. Musk peddled the false claim that an ABC reporter convicted on child pornography charges had debunked Pizzagate. In reality, the reporter in question never once covered the crazy conspiracy theory. Hours after tweeting a meme declaring Pizzagate is real, the mercurial billionaire quietly deleted the post following widespread criticism. So in other words, even he realized, oh my God, what have I done? I'm getting like 100% pushback on this. Oopsies. And he deleted it. This isn't the first time that Musk, who has made a habit of jumping aboard a variety of conspiratorial claims, has boosted Pizzagate while facing an advertiser exodus over his embrace of the vile Great Replacement theory, and Media Matters reporting that major brands' ads were running alongside pro-Nazi content. Musk promoted a tweet attempting to link Media Matters founder to the owner of the Pizzagate restaurant. On Tuesday, following his visit to Israel, to seemingly tamp down the outcry over the increased anti-Semitism on the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, the Tesla CEO shared a meme featuring characters from The Office with text debating the validity of Pizzagate. So we just went through all this. According to Musk's meme, Pizzagate is real because the expert who refuted unhinged claims that prominent Democrats like Hillary Clinton trafficked children had himself been sent to jail for child porn. The edgelord billionaire then followed up that post with a link to an NBC News article about former ABC News journalist James Gordon Meek pleading guilty to federal child porn charges. The article makes no mention that Meek ever reported on Pizzagate or any other QAnon-adjacent conspiracy theories. Why would that be? Because Meek never covered Pizzagate. It would appear that Musk is sharing a meme based on a fabricated New York Post headline that circulated online after Meek pled guilty, claiming that he was the one who personally debunked Pizzagate. According to a Reuters fact check, no such headline exists on the New York Post website, and none of the coverage of Meek's in the Post mentions Pizzagate. Jesus Christ. Pizzagate first rose to prominence in the final months of the 2016 election after online conspiracists claimed that hacked Democratic emails contained clues of a secret satanic child sex trafficking ring that was headquartered in the basement of a Washington, D.C. pizza shop. The conspiracy theory eventually motivated a true believer to fire an assault rifle into the restaurant. Much like QAnon, which also posits that the world's elites run a secret pedophilia operation, Pizzagate has some roots in blood libel. According to the American Jewish Committee, blood libel is the false charge that Jewish people use the blood of Christians for ritual purposes since the Middle Ages. Okay, well, let's pause here to point out, I'm not sure I'm buying the connection to the blood libel conspiracy, but the Pizzagate theory is just 100% bogus. It's not true. And then they go on to point out here, I don't know if you guys remember, but after Paul Pelosi was attacked, he was one of the first ones to go out there and like claim that there was something fishy going on and that maybe Paul Pelosi was engaged in gay sex with a hooker. And he tweeted a link to an article that was known for spreading the most insane conspiracy theories you've ever heard in your life. Anyway, the whole point of me covering this is this. What kind of an absolute moron in the midst of advertisers fleeing at 1,000 miles an hour and him losing millions and millions and millions of dollars in accounts? What kind of idiot goes out there and says this and doesn't realize, hey, this is probably going to add fuel to the fire? I got to be honest with you, it almost looks like he is trying to destroy Twitter. But then again, like, there's no reason for him to try to destroy it. Even if he wants to sell it, he would want to keep the value as high as possible before he does that. And if anything, this is destroying the value. So he bought it for like $44 billion. It's now worth under $10 billion. Who knows? I mean, look. He's led this site about as horrible as it is humanly possible to lead it. You know, free speech, I'm all about free speech, and then boom, he starts banning journalists that report things he doesn't like. Like I said, he banned decolonization and from the river to the sea. Yeah, so much for free speech. Anyway, the guy's an idiot. I mean, Elon Musk is the classic example, along with Trump too. These guys are classic examples of like, if you think we live in a meritocracy, you're just wrong. The idea that like, oh, if you make a lot of money, you must be a genius. No, not true at all. Some people have all the money in the world and are absolute idiots. And some people are really poor and are kind of brilliant. There's no correlation. This isn't a meritocracy. It's not the harder you work or the smarter you are, the further you go. Not at all. Because Elon Musk has a tremendous position of power and authority, and he's dumb enough to believe the most idiotic of all the conspiracy theories. And let's understand something. I'll end on this point here. Guys, I'm not one of those people, like, I'm not like every single conspiracy ever floated ever is 100% wrong, and that's the end of the conversation, and don't look into it. No, quite the opposite. I think you should look into all the conspiracies, but do real research. Look for real, verified claims. And when you do that, what you'll find is there are some conspiracies that are just shamelessly and utterly made up and pathetic. Then there's other conspiracies that are like in the middle where there's some truth to it, but the claims are overstated. And then there's other conspiracies that are just true, right? There's some conspiracies that you look into and you're like, oh, it turns out that's actually totally accurate. So my point is, I'm not one of these people to just read the word conspiracy theory and my brain shuts off and says, well, that definitely can't be true. But we've looked into Pizzagate on this channel. We've done segments on it where we go deep on the theory. And it is literally one of the dumbest with the least amount of evidence I've ever seen in my life. And Elon Musk promotes it. What an idiot. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.